Hello everybody and welcome! We're going to be doing your makeup readings. Your timestamps are in the description below if you'd like to go ahead and skip to your reading. Remember, when it comes to the future, that tarot is unreliable. We do have free will, so trust your own intuition and know that while I do believe it to be the most likely outcome, it's not the guaranteed one. So you can do something about it, especially if you don't like it. And also, remember, as I mentioned earlier, you are psychic, and so if the reading doesn't feel right for you, you don't have to accept it. But I always do my best to be as honest as I can, so I hope that you can feel the love behind it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the readings. We'll see you guys there. Thank you again. Hi, Plagueratbabe. What's up? Hey, thank you for supporting me and thank you for your patience. I'm sorry we didn't get to you on stream, but that's okay. We're gonna get to you now, and we're gonna go much more in depth than if we were being rushed by a bunch of people in the chat. So it'll be a fun time. You said, hello. I would love a reading on your live stream. I'm in this connection/situationship with someone. I know they love me, but they have so much commitment anxiety and fear. Oh my gosh. I care about them so much, but I can't understand their fear. How can I help? Yeah, I feel that sometimes people genuinely just aren't ready. And I think it comes from, I'm gonna look so silly in a relationship, or, you know, I'm not ready to tell my parents, or, you know, stuff like that. And, or what, you know, maybe their life is a little bit up in the air and they're scared that they won't be able to provide for you. Whatever it is, we can definitely look into it. Let's see what's scaring them. Thank you so much to my guides and Plagueratbabe's guides for aiding us in this reading. Let's see what we got. Thank you to my card deck. Thank you. What is scaring their connection? Ooh, the Six of Cups. Ooh, Five of Cups. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so the Six of Cups. Look, and we have anxiety. So the Six of Cups represents nostalgia, the past. It also means like childhood, stuff like that. I feel that they know deep down that they still have a lot of growing to do, and that they aren't quite where they would like to be in their life. I feel that they have so many expectations set upon them by their family. I really do. I feel that way. I had mentioned it earlier. I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure with the cards, but the Five of Cups is sadness, loneliness, disappointment. If they don't love me, how can I expect someone else to? If I don't love me, how can I expect another person to value me? You know, it seems like it really is protecting your energy in a way that they aren't. Yeah, it feels like they're trying to be a good person is what I'm trying to say. The Three of Cups is here, and this does represent our friendships, the people that we are close to. And I think that they're worried about what other people will say. Now, that's not to say that, you know, you're embarrassing to have as a partner. That's not what I'm trying to convey. You know, sometimes men, when they're not ready for a partnership, or when love and commitment isn't valued in their friend group, it can be scary to transition into that, to be the first one to do that, especially since they genuinely are a bit meek in their energy. And that's not a bad thing. Like, we all have faults, we all have room to grow, and in my opinion, this person doesn't have a lot of security within themselves to make major commitments to lots of things without the approval of friends, without the approval of their family, or just approval of the community in general. And so, you know, ask yourself, is that really somebody that you want to be in a relationship with? Someone who doesn't have the backbone to stand up for what they love, doesn't have the backbone to state calmly and clearly their desires and act on them. And this is what it feels like to me, that there's a lot of emotion, but not a lot of action. And so, yeah, it seems like they have anxious stallment. What is that called? It's when you're so anxious about something that you're just frozen. You're just, Oh yeah, anxiety paralysis. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this person. I'm really sorry. You know, like I mentioned before, we all have our faults, and I was looking into, you know, what's scaring them. So of course that's what we're gonna bring up, but I'm sure they're lovely, and I'm sure there's a reason you have feelings for them. Let's see. The Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles, interesting. Your advice from Spirit is to just enjoy yourself and try not to take personally what they're doing. And remember that this is all like water and it can flow in many directions. I will mention that your challenge is to be... The Hermit does mean like independence. It does mean looking within yourself and allowing yourself to be comfortable with loneliness, comfortable with being on your own. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like separate from this person, but that is the challenge, right? Like feeling like an outsider, but instead of feeling like you have to be ashamed of this, you embrace it. It's pretty much like, it feels to me that we need to accept them for what they're showing us. We need to take what they're telling us seriously. They're not ready. Okay, then I will spend my energy elsewhere. Now that's not fun to hear, but the good news is in the future we do the Nine of Cups. And you know, I already feel that you know these things. A lot of times tarot just wants us to listen to our intuition. I think that you know this, right? That if we push too much, it pushes things away. And that's why you're being patient. That's why you're not trying to be overbearing and just live your life. And I think that's going to serve you well, because the Fool says, I'm going on a new journey, I'm going on a new path, and that's leading you to a moment of fulfillment where you're genuinely happy with yourself and you're happy with what you're now pouring into. Because your advice card is the Knight of Wands, like I mentioned, to just enjoy yourself. And if you want something, obviously act on the powers that you do have, but you can't control other people. So that's what I would like to say. So since your energy is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is somebody who wants something long term. Okay, that's what I have, Plagueratbabe. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you very, very much. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hey there, Ivy, what's up? Welcome, thank you so much for supporting me and coming to my stream. You wrote, yo Ronnie, hehe, I'm on your TikTok live right now, but hi! I still can't find my lost retainers. Oh no, I'm sorry. Help, also I saw your cute bar bag. Oh, I need him, so I guess any love coming in soon? Please say bar bag. What? I'm missing my ex, but I don't know what's up with him. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's look into what's the energy for getting our ex back since you're missing them. You're so sweet and funny. You're so sweet. I love the little white heart too. Okay, thank you very much to my guides, Ivy's guides, and my little cards for aiding us in this divination. What is the energy of Ivy getting back with their ex? Please tell me, Spirit. Princess of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Well, they're saying you'd be better off with someone else. Why? Princess of Cups is a new relationship. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, sadness, and disappointment. And the Five of Pentacles is insecurity, illness, and stress. So, in my opinion, I think that they're saying, hey, there's something else better. There's something else shiny on the horizon. So, let's see what we got. It's okay if you miss your ex. And sometimes there's a deeper meaning behind that, right? Like, we're missing that sort of joy that they gave us. We miss how they made us feel, and we can find that in someone else, and we can find it even better. Okay, let's see. What is this new shiny thing? Let's see what we got. Thank you very much, Spirit. Ooh, okay, 5 of Swords, but the 8 of Wands wanted to come out as well. 10 of Swords and the Moon card. Well, I don't know if you'll like this answer, but I don't think I can tell you about that right now. The reason why is it seems to be a test of, are you going to take the leap? Are you going to trust your intuition? Are you going to allow rather than force? Because the 5 of Swords here is assuming the worst. Assuming the worst. It's hard to kind of believe in a better future if we don't have evidence of it, but there is one, and it might be a little bit winding, and you might even be in an area of your life where you feel a little bit lost and disappointed, but something will pop in out of the blue. That's all I can say. Yeah, dude. That's so funny. Something will pop in and you least expect it. You won't see it coming. You won't really be feeling your best either. Like, it's funny, like it just happens in a moment when you need it most. And the Hanged One, seeing things from a new perspective, it gets you out of an energy that you've been stuck in for a long time. I don't want to say a long time, I think that's wrong. And it's for an energy you've been stuck in for a time we're ready to come out of. One that had overdue its stay. So it reminds me, I'll be honest with you, Ivy, it feels a little bit like a tower moment. And in the midst of this tower, we find somebody, and so it feels like it's in the wrong area, but it's actually in the perfect area of our lifetime, because they're gonna be, you know, they're there. They're the light at the end of the tunnel. They're the support system you need. They're the excitement for what's to come, rather than the dread of what's happening. So that's what it feels like. Okay. Anything else for Ivy Spirit? What a fun reading. I like this. Three of Swords. Another reminder that we're still healing. I feel like part of the reason we're missing my ears are ringing is because there's still some pain there. You know, it could be that you're just feeling lonely. It doesn't even have to be necessarily from the ex, but there are some heart-centered issues that are bubbling up right now. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, take your time, because you need to figure out where your line is. We can't let people... Obviously, you should open your heart up in a way that feels safe for you, but you should know when to stop before the knife goes through. That sort of stuff. So that's what it feels like to me, Ivy. I'm sorry I couldn't give you much more. When we had all of those cards, I was like, nope, I can't tell you. You know, we have to kind of accept that. But I told you what I could. And hey, good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone. And you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Hey Dog, what's up? Thank you for getting a reading from me on stream. Sorry I didn't get to you until now, but I hope that you enjoy it and that it's worth the wait, as I always like to mention. You wrote, I'm glad I have found you. Oh, good. I'd love a reading on whatever you think. Sure. I've been struggling with anxiety and a lot of unwanted thoughts, and I need guidance. Hey, me too. I get it. It's rough out here, huh? Joy, and I keep making this joke. I go, joy in this economy? It's hard, and we have so many expectations to either swim or sink, and it's like, man, why is sink even an option, dude? Like, what do you mean sink? Okay, let's see what we got. I'm not trying to make you feel worse. I'm just trying to make you know that we're all kind of roughing it, but it'll be okay. Don't worry. Thank you so much to my guides and the dog's guides for aiding us in this reading. Let's see what they need to know right now. What do you need to know? We'll find out. Ooh, alright. Okay. Thank you. Alright, this is you. Oh wow, came up with quite a few cards. And this is what you're focusing on. This is what your outcome is, your challenge, and your advice. Your advice is to really put on paper what it is that you're struggling with and look at it objectively rather than subjectively, you know? Now, I want to remind you, and this is something that every therapist will tell you, just because it isn't a factual thing doesn't mean it isn't actually affecting you. So for example, let's say that somebody, you're scared that you're disappointing your family. Even if that's not true, that feeling of being a disappointment is affecting you in your reality. It is your perspective. It's your truth. And so, you know, these are things that are true to you. Those are factual for your life that you're experiencing. Now, when we dig a little bit further and we realize that these are all fears, these are things that we can control, it becomes a lot easier to navigate. Especially when we realize A, like, it doesn't matter what they think, B, we're our own person, and so, you know, we're gonna disappoint people, but we're also gonna make a lot of people proud. And 3, we have all the cards. We're the ones that are manifesting and wielding the reins of our life, and so we don't have to put the responsibility of, like, how to explain, reputation, right? I don't know what I'm getting with this. You know what I mean? It's okay if you embarrass your family a little bit. That's what we're meant to do. I don't know if that's something that you've been feeling, or maybe, like, you know, the energy of embarrassing yourself. Oh, how foolish. That can also be really scary as well. There's just something about I'm afraid of being an embarrassment that I'm feeling, but it's actually not true, but it's still affecting you. And so, you know, that's why I want to bring it up. Now you're working hard. You're working very, very, very hard. I don't know if you're like a blue collar worker. I don't know what honestly, I don't even know what that means. I'm a little silly. I love the color blue. I should probably look that up. I think those are people who do things like plumbing or electricians and stuff like that. But I feel like you work hard nonetheless, whatever it is that you do. And I think that you're doing it one step at a time, and you have a little bit of a wall up. It's hard for you to open up to your friends, your family. You don't want them to know just how much you're suffering mentally. But your advice card is justice, and this is being honest and being straightforward and telling people what you need. Now your challenge is time, and I'm really, really drawn to this heart space energy. I know I've been rambling so much, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why, I swear. The heart center energy being activated here tells me, especially in the challenge, is that over time, it's gonna get worse if we don't address it right away. Now, I think you're at the precipice of opening up more. I say this because your focus is you've been imagining it. You know, maybe you've been imagining just taking action and sharing with people what's going on, or like making a long ass tweet or Facebook post like this is bullshit I'm suffering. Stuff like this. I think if there's anybody that you can open up to, now's the time to do it, because there is so much on your plate. Now, I see you more than likely not opening up, which is why I've been rambling so much. Your Ten of Wands is here in your outcome in your future. This is the most likely outcome. It can change. Well, it's nice to have free will, isn't it? And it just says to me that we're gonna keep shouldering this burden. We're gonna keep carrying these problems. We're going to try and take that responsibility on for ourselves. And while it's true, it's good to be a sovereign being. Part of being an independent person is knowing when you need help, okay? Remember that. That's something that a lot of us struggle with. And that's something I've been trying to learn as well. So, yeah, that's what Spirit wants you to know. Now, we also have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. Good news! Good news! I see you opening up to somebody. I do. I wonder if I change the outcome. But I see you, it reminds me of like making an anonymous post on Reddit, or it reminds me of just writing it out. You know, there's something that you're texting, something that you're just kind of getting outside of you. And I'm a little bit worried because I think you can go into a very dark place when you do this, or if you haven't, when you will do this. The King of Pentacles tells me that you won't be alone. In fact, you'll be very much honored, surprised, and happy that someone's gonna come in and help you, you know, save you, offer mentorship to you. Because the King of Pentacles is like, you know what it feels like, D-Dog? Somebody that is living a life, or like they're experiencing something you want. So maybe they're very peaceful, very grounded, they're abundant, whatever that is. They're gonna come in and offer you aid. And what I'm hearing, and you don't have to believe me, is that this is a future version of you, like that energy. And this is something you can achieve. And it's very important that you believe that you can have that, okay? All right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, D-Dog. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved, okay? See you later. Bye-bye. Hi, Onigato. What's up? How are you? It's good to see you again. Thank you for coming back to me so often. You're actually so sweet, and I really do appreciate the support. I hope I've been helping you as well. You said, hey, Ron. Oni here. If I can get a rating on the both of us, her family is getting closer with mine. We're trying, and her mom still loves me and asks about me. And to my brother. Aw, to my. That's really sweet. Yeah, we can get an energy update for you. Let's see what you got. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna pull on you on the left and them on the right. The challenge, the advice, and the energy in between, as usual. Though I think it's been a little bit since I've done that one, but I want to do it for you. Feels right. And we'll get any messages that you need to know. Ooh, you're coming up as a devil. Why are you scared? Also, the Eight of Swords and the King of Cups. Which I feel like they've come up as the King of Cups before. Challenges the Six of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, but at the bottom is the Two of Cups. Okay, your challenge being the Six of Wands tells me... I just heard, Onigato, I want to be so... How do I be honest? Oh my goodness. I just heard one of your guides say, like, things are so messy. And I don't think they meant that in a rude way. I feel like your relationship has so much nuance and is quite complicated. And I think, my goodness, I think that we really need to have some concrete words to define who you two are to each other. Because the karma intertwined between you two is crazy. Like, I'm genuinely seeing so many strings. Maybe this is why both of you just can't shake each other, because there's genuinely so many lessons tied to each other's souls. It's making this very hard to release in a loving and safe way, okay? Now, your challenge is the Six of Wands. You can do this, you know. I'm sorry, I know I'm like channeling all of a sudden. I think that, I don't want to say you're the problem, because I know you love them so much, but the Devil card is here, and this can mean that, it's funny, all of a sudden I'm starting to notice all these snakes sort of look like ropes. Interesting. I don't think you're necessarily negative, it's just Capricorn energy, and so these are people who are infamous for never giving up. I'm gonna follow you to the ends of the earth, you know, that sort of stuff. And so the Devil feels like, yeah, like it just feels like karma. And I hate that you're the one who's kind of shouldering most of it. Now, they're coming up as the King of Cups, and I think I've told you this before, I feel like they're a very intuitive person. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to see things too, like, oh wow, I don't get this too often. Wow. Your guides are like, so I just saw like some flashes of black underneath me a little bit too, and so I think, wow, very interesting. There are some things that we may encounter in the relationship later, okay? Later. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is here, and this does mean some time, you know, time being your best friend. The energy being in between as well, seeing the Eight of Swords, self-imposed restrictions. It feels like there are some things kind of holding back this getting a bit deeper for now. But in the future, definitely we have some things to clear. We have some things to release, I would say. And when we do, it makes it so much easier to choose love. You know, when there's not all of these karmic pulls and there's not all of these ropes and chains and stuff that I was seeing. Okay, all right. I feel like it is safe to pull next. Yeah, death. What did I say? I knew it. The Hermit. What I would recommend for you, Onigato, is... I try to do this too, especially for people that I have been sort of struggling with this sort of energy, because we all have this in our life, right? We come to Earth, and of course there are going to be people we have intense karmic ties to. Me too, right? Like, I'm not an outlier. What I do personally, but a little bit different from what I would recommend, but I'll tell you what I do. I imagine that there is a cup in front of me. Queen of Cups. Get it? And I imagine and I state the intention that the cup is healing, and it softens our hearts up to love. I take a sip from it, and then I imagine that I'm giving the cup to the person I'm having these sort of issues with, and it heals their heart, you know, and then they take a sip, and then they give it back, and I take a sip, and we sip it until the cup is empty, and I imagine that, like, my taking a breath in is the cup. So it actually healed my relationship with my parents doing that, which is why I recommend it. You know, I had to cut my parents off, and because they were very abusive, and you know, they're still trying. It's not completely healed, but it's getting so much better, and I do think it's because of that, you know, magic I was doing in my mind, which is interesting. You know, when you believe it, it does become reality. Now, other than that, what I think would work for you is imagining all these ropes between you two, grabbing one, and then asking yourself, because you're psychic too, what is this? What is this energy? And how can I unleash out of love me and her, so that once again we can choose love rather than be forced by it? Because force is what repels, and choice is what attracts. So that's what I want you to do. That's your homework. And I hope that you like that. Thank you very much, Onigato. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring, and remember that you're never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness. Hi, cmptrvir. What's up? Wow. I read what you wrote. You said, I met a very well-dressed man in a dream. Yeah. He asked what I wanted, tricked me, and presented a 100-year slave contract on his planet. Not soul, not eternal, not hell. Was this just a scary dream? I will tell you this. Nobody can take your soul from you. Nobody can force these contracts on you. And you have soul sovereignty. That's your birthright. No, I'm just saying that as somebody who's a practiced psychic. I'm saying that as somebody who has looked into our own power. You know, we all carry this spark of God inside of us, and no one can do that to a god. You know, remember that you're an aspect of the divine, and that divinity requires freedom in order to create, in order to experience, in order to be, in order to just simply be. No one can take away your free will. And so, that being something you remember, I hope it gives you some solace and some healing, because that does sound like a scary story, a scary dream. Now, let's see. We can pull from the tarot, ask them what they think. There are some cards that say, yeah, it's just a dream. But there are also some cards that say, oh my goodness, yeah, you know, you may have energetically done something, but we can always undo it, okay? Let's see what we got. And let me do a quick little cleanse. Thank you very much to my guides and cmptrvir, I'm saying it right, for aiding me in this reading. I really appreciate it. Please protect us and them from anything that wishes us harm, and give us truth and honesty and clarity for our highest good. Thank you. Thank you! Alright, what's the energy of this? Is this real or is this, what's going on? What's going on, Spirit? Tell me, tell me. Ooh, it's Ten of Wands. Oh yeah, it's made the fuck up. These entities, they love, oh my gosh, they love to make you scared shitless, okay? It's one of those. Remember, you're giving, the more that you're afraid and scared and beholden to them, the more they're getting what they want. Whatever contract they have, it doesn't mean shit, okay? It doesn't mean shit. Just imagine that it's burning up in flames right in front of you. Remember, sovereignty. Now, the Prince of Wands is here, and this does mean that we're enjoying ourselves, but more importantly, it's a dreamer card. And so your dreams, your imagination is just as powerful as a dream that you can control. What I think happened to you is you went to another realm, and while you were in that realm, you didn't have what I call the architecture rights. So obviously there are going to be some things within another realm that you can control. For example, when you're in the astral, right, you can control the way you look, you can control what you perceive minorly. But other than that, it's their realm, and they can do what they will. And so when you were there, I think that they sort of orchestrated this to make you feel and give away that by making you feel this way, give away your power to them. But they can't actually do that to you unless you feel that it is true. You know, I know it's so ironic, right? But it isn't. And so just know you have the exit clause. You just literally just sitting down, taking a deep breath, looking at that person and saying the contract is null and it's burning up into flames. You're fine, you're free. I promise. The Eight of Cups is freedom. And the Prince of Wands is the power of the imagination and being the architect of your own reality. And so it's not real. Don't worry. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm really glad you came to me though, especially since I'm very well versed in this stuff. I think your spirit traveled to another realm with a different architect, which you can architect your own dreams, remember that too. And yeah, I think they did kind of want to spook you, but you're fine. You're good. You're safe. You'll be just okay. You'll be just fine. Good luck with everything you're endeavoring. Oh my gosh, I know I'm like awkward laughing, but really, really good luck. And remember that you're never alone and you are loved. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.